Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're doing something a little bit different, and honestly, it's absolutely fascinating. We are diving deep to deconstruct a blueprint. Specifically, we're looking at a modern AI-generated career transition prompt that we pulled right from a document called The AI Career Revolution: 5 Tools for Change. Now, we aren't analyzing the final product you see on your screen. No, we're looking at the raw underlying text, the literal instructions fed into an AI to generate that media. We're going to tear apart this anatomy of engineered empathy and see exactly how human emotion is currently being coded, literally line by line.
Right off the bat, consider this highly clickable, frankly kind of controversial title that acts as the hook for the entire prompt. 5 AI tools that replaced my $3,000 a month job. Just look at how efficiently that's built. In one single sentence, it establishes high stakes, right, a lost job, and offers an immediate, super valuable solution through these 5 AI tools. It's promising us a personal story of financial disruption mixed with technological triumph. I mean, it is engineered from the very first word to make you stop scrolling dead in your tracks and pay attention.
To really wrap our heads around what we're looking at, we have to define what a video generation prompt actually means in this space. We're treating this source text like a cultural artifact. It's a cold, algorithmic blueprint specifically designed to simulate a deeply human, vulnerable narrative. You know, the creator isn't holding a camera and just speaking from the heart. They're typing parameters into a system. They're dictating the exact runtime, the visual style, and most importantly, the precise emotional tone they want the AI to project right onto the audience.
Let's look at Section 1, the prompt blueprint, the hard specs of digital content. Before any emotion even gets injected, the mathematical boundaries of the content have to be set. And this brilliantly illustrates the whole framework of modern digital storytelling. We've got these rigid mechanical specs, right? A duration commanded to be exactly 3 minutes, not 2 minutes and 50 seconds, not 3:10, exactly 3 minutes. But then, layered right on top of that is the intended format, a personal story and a confessional style. Just think about the incredible irony there. We have this rigid 3-minute runtime forced to encapsulate what's supposed to be a spontaneous, deeply personal confession. The spontaneity is completely boxed in by a strict mathematical countdown. Moving on to Section 2, engineering the aesthetic, visuals, and pacing. This is where the prompt shifts from mathematical constraints into, well, the psychological manipulation of the viewer. The creator fires off these extremely specific demands to the AI to engineer a specific vibe. Check out these descriptors. The output must be raw, honest, slightly controversial. Yet at the exact same time, it has to be fast-paced with emotional hooks. It's engineering this rapid, modern tech aesthetic that purposely uses the illusion of being raw to keep you glued to your screen. It's asking the AI to manufacture honesty while moving at a breakneck speed designed purely for audience retention. It's a total calculated paradox, a modern tech aesthetic that somehow keeps a quote-unquote personal touch. And the engineering absolutely doesn't stop at the visuals or the pacing. It goes straight to your ears. Even the background music is mapped out as an engineered emotional journey. The prompt explicitly commands the AI to start with music that's thoughtful and slightly melancholic. Why? Well, to draw you in, obviously. To make you feel the weight of losing that $3,000 a month job. But it doesn't leave you there. It's completely calculated to pull you from that melancholic state right into an uplifting resolution by the end. The creator is literally programming your emotional response through automated musical cues. Which brings us to Section 3, programming human emotion, the artificial voice. This is where the blueprint crosses over from aesthetic choices into the wild realm of artificial psychology. Authentic, conversational, vulnerable. It's the ultimate paradox of the digital age to literally program a machine to embody these traits, isn't it? These are characteristics we usually associate with the fragile, beautiful messiness of actually being human. Yet, here they are, reduced to bullet points in a software command. The creator is instructing an algorithm, a system of cold, unfeeling code, to mathematically generate the exact sound of human vulnerability. Building on that simulated vulnerability, the AI's tone is strictly directed to mimic a complete human psychological breakthrough. The instructions say it needs to start off reflective, sounding thoughtful, maybe a bit defeated by the job loss. But by the end of those exact 3 minutes, the voice must end empowered. The AI is quite literally performing a character arc, and it's been entirely predetermined by a text prompt. And here is where the simulation of humanity hits its absolute peak. The instructions break it down into steps. First, the AI must speak like it's talking to a friend about a life change. It's commanding intimacy. Second, and I think this is the most striking part, the prompt demands natural pauses for dramatic effect. The narrator is instructed to, quite literally, pause, just like that, to artificially manufacture the dramatic hesitations, the deep breaths, the nervous stumbles of a real person sharing life-changing news. The hesitations aren't real at all. They are programmed for your entertainment.
Let's look at Section 4, the content revolution, man versus machine. So, what does this single, continuous blueprint reveal about the behind-the-scenes reality of the media we're consuming every single day? Think back to that line, like talking to a friend about a life change. When a prompt successfully instructs an algorithm to act like your close friend, it entirely blurs the line between a genuine confession and a calculated engagement tactic. Think about the stories that move you online. When the intimacy of friendship can just be summoned by a text prompt, it completely changes the entire relationship between the creator, the artificial medium, and you, the viewer. So I want to leave you with this deeply provocative thought. If raw and honest confessions, complete with melancholic music and vulnerable, dramatic pauses, are the direct results of a highly calculated 3-minute AI prompt, how do you program true authenticity? In an era where vulnerability and intimacy are engineered literally line by line, how do we redefine what is actually real? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and remember, keep questioning the blueprints behind the content you consume.